now listening to A to Z, the podcast with no authority.
Thank you for tuning in to episode 2 of A to Z. I'm Avid.
I guess Dempsey goes?
Oh, yeah. Sorry. I forgot.
No, keep going.
D! I'm Dempsey!
And I'm Zeke for Z.
And this is already a disaster in episode 2.
Oh, no.
Well, we're the number one podcast in conspiracy theories.
No, please edit that out. No, we are not a conspiracy podcast.
Sure.
Anyway, so I wanna shout out to our first emailer, Sean.
Big Sean.
So his email asked us, he said, hey, I have a potential podcast segment for you guys to tackle. Why is it that we are required to act professionally and treat people with professional courtesy, but yet there's nothing professional about being professional?
Interesting.
It's acting, it's fake, it's just BS. You can't truly express how you feel in certain situations that will get your message across. There's so much red tape, politics, favoritism, etc. And then he also said for a second topic, which we probably will get into as well, why is everything we like so bad for us? Food, etc., etc.
It's a really good topic for us to tackle today, guys.
Oh yeah!
That's a lot to unpack, truthfully. But, yeah, so professionalism. That is interesting.
So, what is interesting about being professional at the workplace?
I don't know. It's a standard. It's kind of a standard that's based on nothing, if you think about it. Like, who was the first person that said, okay, this is what professionalism is, and this is how everybody needs to be from now on?
Yeah, I definitely think it's interesting because, I know in my work experience, I've had people who were less than pleasant, and you are expected to remain quote-unquote professional and not really stoop to their level. I've had people use explicit language towards me. I know, egad, Batman. I've just had people just be rude for no reason because for me, anyway, if you want me to go above and beyond for you, if you're just nice, like I'll do anything just to get the job done.
So they weren't being professional with you?
But that's the thing. Who's to say what's professional and what isn't, though?
Ooh.
Well,
that's the question, I think, right?
So what Mr. Sean, thanks to Sean, for the email. Anyone who has any questions or topics, please email us at a2z.pod@gmail.com. I repeat, a2z.pod@gmail.com.
Or you can slide into our DMs on Instagram at a2z_podcast.
Yes.
Or you can send us a carrier pigeon. We take those too. I'm kidding, obviously.
Okay.
Moving on.
So what was I saying? So yeah, that's why. All right, I guess I can see what Sean is saying. Yes, it is kind of fake, like this whole persona that we have to put on. Like, oh yeah, sure, I will do this. Oh, no problem. Hey, no, it's okay. I understand. It's for the job. But I feel like we have that, so like as a society, we have some kind of little social norm that we all accept and we can move along in our workplace. Because think about it, if we all just kept it real, I don't think anyone would want to go to work. We'll probably be saying whatever the heck we want to people, and then nothing will get done because people be in their feelings. They're not gonna like what you said. And they gotta talk to the boss, and the boss be like, well, he can say whatever the heck he wants, so you can either leave or keep talking about him and fight him. Like, that's not gonna work, right?
No, I totally agree with that because, at the end of the day, you're representing a business, in whatever sector you may work in, you're a representation of the business, so you kind of have to leave behind your personhood behind and represent the company that you are working for. And I think if you want to act how you really wish to act, you may have to just work for yourself in that regard.
But I think you guys are missing the main point, like the main focus
Go.
of the question, I think, is
Tell me.
what is professionalism? Like, who's to say that acting or saying certain things is unprofessional? Who makes that line? Why can't we cross that line? Why is there a line to begin with? That is the main thing, and that's what I don't understand. Like, dressing professional, I think, is the perfect example. Who says that you have to wear a suit and tie to an interview? Why is that the requisite?
Talk about it.
Well, according to Merriam-Webster,
Oh God.
and I quote, the definition of professionalism is the conduct, aims, or qualities that characterize or mark a profession of a professional person. So I guess I should define what's professional.
Well, hold on. So I was gonna answer Dempsey's question real quick.
You're laughing over there. What?
Yeah, you were laughing, Zeke.
I mean, well, who came up with the idea of being professional?
Oh, no. Come on, it's not a conspiracy now.
Well, I'm not gonna talk about the man or anything like that, but they kind of
Yikes.
set the standard of what is to be expected at these jobs. Because, like, if you think about it, you can imagine whoever they is in your own mind, but they put these rules in place so that we, just everybody in general, not just we, but have to follow this because they made the rules. And whoever's in charge makes the rules. So whoever was the head honcho back in the day about making jobs, like in this new modern time, it was all about having the suit, the tie, and women, you know, the blazer, the pencil skirt or pants, whatever you guys wear. I don't know, but
Yeah, sneakers.
no, not sneakers. Whoever the man is, they made the rules. So maybe now that we all have started to become empowered, we can start making our own rules and changing what it is to be professional. So,
I mean, personally, I know you got something to say, so I'll make this quick. But professionalism, to me, is a state of mind. More than a look. Alright, so there's a difference between looking the part and being in the mindset for the part.
Come on, Dempsey.
So,
message!
so I mean, anybody can look at the part. I mean, I know you can definitely attest to this because you do HR, right?
Oh, he
but
does.
I've been a manager before, and I've had to hire people, and yeah, you do look for that stuff because, like you said, that's the rule that society puts on us. That if you don't look a certain way, you can't get certain things.
Nope.
So yeah, well, you can, but people can wear a suit and tie, but still have terrible communication skills and still be terrible people that aren't the right applicants for the right positions. So that's why I think that the whole idea of professionalism or looking professionalism or being expected to be professional is kind of just overrated, because I think it's not a way that people should be. It's more of an idea that people need to exercise. Does that make sense?
Yes.
I do think it makes sense, and I do get what you're saying. It's not the way we should be, but it's the way we need to be. It's just the way we're being conditioned by society to act in a certain way, to act as XYZ. When I went on interviews, I wear a suit and tie. It could be the smallest role to the largest role. I'm always going to wear a suit and tie. That's how I've been conditioned, and that's how I know I should act, because you only get one first representation on an interview. And again, in the work environment, I think it's just expected of you to dress a certain way, to act a certain part. I can't go to work and wear jeans, sneakers, and a t-shirt. And interact with like my fellow colleague. I'm going to be looked at funny. So I think that like some of that all encompasses professionalism in some regard.
So, as of now, we've got this idea that professionalism is like perception.
Yes,
I agree. Totally agree.
absolutely.
Exactly. So
It's an idea, really.
yeah, it's like, oh, he looks professional. Oh, we have to say the right things. Blah 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 blah. Keep everything like harmonious in that sense. It's all cool, but I really liked your point, Dempsey, about how you're saying like it's the idea. Well, not that. It's like a mindset. You're saying, right?
Yeah.
So the whole like if we just all get on the same page, because that's what we're all here to do. We're all here to work to move this company from point A to point B.
And to make money.
Get that bag.
Show me the money. So yeah, that's what being professional is about. Is all of us coming together for one goal, and that's to fulfill whatever the heck the company's like mission statement is.
Talk about it.
But is it though? But like, all right, so I also understand what you're saying too, and a lot of what I hear you guys talking about is the fact that it is the way people look at us. That these are ideas. This whole everything really is just pressure put on us by society. We feel like we have to act a certain way because because as we've seen, that's the only way in which we get stuff. Like I said, that's like we are told that we have to dress a certain way so we can get certain things. But it's so weird that society has us thinking that way. That we have to conform to a certain way of living to be comfortable or to continue living in comfort, if that makes sense. So like we have to have certain jobs, or we have to act certain ways in order to get certain jobs.
We have to, I feel like, in a certain extent, be quote unquote professional though, because like if we just be like non-professional, nothing will get done.
Right. If we're acting like the way we act on this podcast, I don't act like this at work. Like,
yeah, sure.
I mean, we're just really like speaking our mind and just, shooting it with one another. There's no favoritism or red tape or politics with one another. I do too. It's not Dempsey.
It's not Avid.
Well, Zeke is the favorite.
Well, what can I say? I'm always professional.
So clearly there's favoritism within this podcast as well as the work environment. But I also think favoritism has something to do when you want to get a promotion and whatnot. Because you may not be the most hard working, but you may have you may have a better relationship with the individual that's doing the interview with you. So it's truly not what you know, it's who you know. If you've established that relationship with that individual, if you establish that seniority, they're more likely to give you the position as opposed to someone who is more qualified.
And just didn't present themselves in a way.
Right.
Yeah, perception. Yeah.
Exactly. So that just goes back to perception. You may have walked in the door for an interview, and you spent 30 minutes, maybe an hour with them, but there's someone who spent years with them, and they're going to be granted the position, not based on their merits, but just based on the time that they've put in the relationship that they've cultivated with this individual.
So what you're also saying, what I'm hearing, is that professionalism is a discipline. Like without professionalism, you think society would fall apart, even though society is the one that places that pressure on us.
Message. Wow, Dempsey.
No, you said it. Like I think you're true. I think you're right, because think about it. If we couldn't hold ourselves to a certain standard, what could we get done?
I mean,
nothing.
Isn't that why there's rules and regulations and laws? I mean, I think that almost goes hand in hand with all of that. I mean, it's why there are stop signs. It's why red means stop, yellow means slow down, green means go. If we were all just driving on our own, free will and just going 90 miles an hour, there would be more deaths, there would be more accidents and things of that nature. And if we were all just acting how we wanted to talk or say what was ever is on our mind and curse somebody out when they got under your skin, then you may not have a job. Right, yikes.
It's, oh my god. So
this
goes into like, I mean, it's not a point that I'm going to make, but it's an idea that
talk about
Come on.
Society has unwritten rules.
Ooh, yeah, Dempsey, come on,
bring that word, brother.
Etiquettes.
Yes.
etiquette.
Okay.
Etiquettes.
Did you say etiquette yet?
The word of the day. The things that you're expected to do because they are just right.
Well, yeah, of course. I see. That's what we need, though. Like this, like Avid was saying, it can't be a lawless society. We need these freaking checks and balances, like these unwritten rules. Because, like, what is it? I can't just let's say I bump into you, and it's obviously an accident, and then you just get all angry. Like you just you gotta feel the vibes.
It was an accident. Relax. We're all on this packed train.
So then you guys are saying. So I don't know. It kind of goes into a gray area because the unwritten rules kind of fade in with our morals. So then but if we go by that logic, are we then saying that professionalism is an aspect of morality, or does it go hand in hand with morality? Is it the right thing to do, even though it may not always yield the right results?
No, it's not.
Man, getting deep.
So I see what you're going there, or where you're heading with that. But professionalism, granted, may be part of the whole little unspoken rules, but it doesn't coincide with being like moral.
A good person.
Yeah.
I can see that.
I agree with you, Zeke, because if I get to work on time or early every day and stay later, it doesn't mean that I'm necessarily a good person. I'm just arriving to work on time or early. And even if I do arrive to work on time, it doesn't mean that I'm a great worker. It doesn't mean that I'm doing my job to the best of my ability. But it is an unwritten rule, like you said, Dempsey. Like nobody goes, okay, so you're going to be hired for this position, and I expect you to be on time. I know that's never been said to me. That's just an expectation.
Yeah.
It's an unwritten rule. Just like I can't. Nobody's ever said, "Hey, you can't wear shorts to work." But I'm not gonna wear shorts tomorrow to work.
Not even on Friday.
Not even on Friday.
What if it's really hot?
Nah.
Oh God, no! But yeah, so I had thought of a question for you guys. Has there been a moment at any of your jobs, past, future,
Boy, has there.
present, whatever, that you had to be quote unquote professional?
Well, I mean, I kind of touched on that earlier. In terms of like, I felt people have, in a few of my jobs, just not treated me with the respect that I've been giving to them, and you just kind of have to like swallow that back. I know for me, I never try to get like hyper when somebody else is getting hyper. I'll be like, I'll let them stay on their level.
Yeah,
got them. I'll let them stay on their level, and let them say what they have to say.
Yeah, let them look crazy.
Pretty much. I mean, that's honestly it, Zeke. I let them look crazy by themselves. I'm not gonna argue with you. I'm not gonna fight with you. I'm gonna try to help you find a solution. And that's what I'm there for. So if you want to argue, you can argue by yourself.
You, Dempsey?
Define professionalism. No, I'm kidding.
Merriam-Webster says.
Well, yeah, I think all the time everybody runs into this, but it's weird because there's kind of layers to professionalism, like professionalism with your coworkers, and the customer. So it's weird knowing your boundaries with your coworker. You can't be like, hey, bro, let's chill after work, get a couple of drinks. Not that
get some boobies.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, you might.
I mean, some people do that, but I mean, that's wrong, even though it's not really wrong, but it is wrong because it's the unwritten rule. We already run into this.
Well, it depends. You have to feel out that coworker. If you're like vibing on that level, like, yo, I could be friends with him outside of work.
Yeah.
Then I can see it.
I totally agree, because I don't think there's anything wrong with grabbing like dinner with your coworkers or grabbing lunch. It's almost the same thing. If you're going out to eat for lunch, you can go out to eat for dinner with your coworker.
Well, at that point, are they still your coworker or are they your friend?
Yeah, that's a very good point. Once again, it blurs the line.
That's true.
All these labels and all that stuff.
Unwritten rules.
It's It's weird. And then again with the customer, it's like how many. I mean, it's very easy to lose your professionalism with a customer more than it is with a coworker because customers just like to test your patient. There's that unwritten rule: the customer is always right.
Well,
but they're not.
But they're not exactly.
Working in service, I can definitely say they are absolutely correct. No, they're wrong.
J to the P to the Morgan.
Yeah, that place. So there's ever been moments where I've been tested. I'm like, I'm sorry, sir, you can't do this. Well, why can't I do this? Oh, you don't remember me.
It's my favorite customer.
You don't remember me. Why?
Sir, calm down.
Yeah, like, oh, sorry, well, I don't remember you, so you have to use your card. No, this is a travesty. It's like, yo, bro, calm down. Like,
he does that too well. I think Zeke has been that customer.
I'm never that customer, all right? If you know me, you probably don't if you're listening, but now you do. If you know me, I'm like my temperament is very chill, relaxed. I always try to keep an even tone, like I'm easy going, like, yo, bro, relax, all right? If it could work, it works. If it doesn't work, it doesn't. Like, I'm not here trying to stop you from doing what you want to do. I'm here to help you do what you want to do. So don't yell at me when the system's not letting me do what you want to do because that's what it can't do.
Wait, as a customer, or as a
he wants to help you do that do.
Yeah, like I want you to do what you got to do, so you don't have to bother me and make me do things that I don't need to do.
Bars.
So like
confused.
I too am confused, Dempsey.
Well, if you really out there listening, you understood what I said.
Exactly.
Shout out to all those people that understood me,
Sean.
See, we don't have time for your riddles.
Oh, snap. But, all right. So I'll try to, even that out, like iron it out for you guys. All right.
Uh-oh.
Bars.
I, as a person working in service, am here to make whatever you want happen go smoothly.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Why can't you just say that? It's one sentence.
My man thought he was Dr. Seuss speaking in riddles and rhymes. Macbeth.
Well, hey, man. All right, that's how it happened. All right, it came out the way it did. The words come out the way they do. All right, that's how it does and did what it did to do.
Yikes.
Yeah. That's it. All right. And with any service job, especially if you are a customer, please take it easy on the people working there because it's their job. They're trying to help you as the best as they can, all right? They're not trying to prevent you from doing what you want to do, all right? So please, if you are this person who always gets in people's face, no, I want this done now, how does it not happen? It's like, relax, take a breath. Please.
We want you to go play in traffic.
Oh, God, no. No, we do not.
No.
Disclaimer.
Warning. The Drama King is in the building.
Do not play in traffic. I repeat.
But all right, so we talked about professionalism from the service provider's point of view, right?
Sure.
What about professionalism from a customer's standpoint? I mean, saying that the customer is always right is dangerous.
It's false.
Well, they only say that because they want to keep that customer.
Yeah, because they want their money. And companies are willing to go above and beyond for an individual who, honestly, if they're more wealthy, just like Zeke, I also have worked in a bank, and those individuals with a large sum of money, they were willing to waive those customers' fees for money orders, for bank checks, and just allow them to get away with I would not get away with. Like I would have to pay fees because I'm not that wealthy customer.
All right, what were we talking about?
I don't remember, but I think we spoke about professionalism enough.
No, we're talking about on the customer side.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. All right. Well, yeah, we were talking about if there's a certain standard of if there is such thing as professionalism from a customer.
I think there should be,
yes.
but I
there
think,
isn't.
I think there isn't. I think in my head there is, like, treat me with respect, and I'll also teach you respect. But I also think as a customer is more willing to pretty much like wall out on the individual trying to attend to them. Like, sir, I'm not the company. I just work here and I follow their rules and obligations. So it's above me now.
Okay. See, like as a customer, for me, everywhere I go, I don't know, maybe just the way I was raised right.
You were raised right.
Because, I always treat everybody with respect.
Shout out to Tanya and Papa Zeke.
Yeah, and my grandparents, too. They always help out. And, Miss Emma. So,
shout out Miss Emma.
Who's Miss Emma?
She knows who she is. So, no, but you're supposed to I was always raised, you always treat everybody with respect. Doesn't matter who you're dealing with. Whether it's the worker who's folding clothes, or the person who's at the register, even the freaking CEO. It doesn't matter who or what you do. You should treat everybody that you're dealing with respect.
Absolutely.
And then, especially now, working on the other side, like on the service, being a provider, I always generally give, I want to say extra respect, or like I'm extra mindful of how I speak and talk to them, and how I know what goes on behind the scenes. It's like, all right, I understand why maybe things aren't ready yet, because things are always happening in the background. And so sorry. So, and then it's like you have to be mindful. Okay, I get it. You're the customer. You should be served right away. But things happen that are like beyond your scope. So please, be patient and give that respect when some things don't go your way right away. Because their job is to try to help you no matter what. So please, that's my disclaimer. Treat all your service people with respect. Tip your waitresses. Tip the cooks if you can. Tip the bag boys. Give everybody money. All right, the pizza boys, the guys you list on the podcast. Okay, AtoC.pod@gmail.
Avid Mall.
Yeah, yeah. Don't worry, we'll get that Chase app ready so y'all guys can start donating.
We accept Zelle.
We do that too. We'll get a bank account. So just please.
So props.
Respect everybody.
I think simply put, respect everybody the same from the janitor to the CEO. And that's it. ELE.
What does that mean?
Everybody love everybody.
Everybody?
I thought you were starting to spell elephant for a second, and I was concerned.
What's the next letters?
He doesn't know how to spell.
Wow. You don't need to know how to spell with Google.
Well,
or autocorrect.
Jesus. Well, alright. So I think we've spoken enough about professionalism.
Yes, we did.
Now let's move on to Sean's second question.
Shout out to Sean.
What was it again, Avid?
So Sean asks us, why is everything we like bad for us?
Sean,
One example he said was food. I mean, I can definitely speak on food.
He said everything.
Everything. And everything. And that's a fact. But I'll speak on food first. Like, everything I like is bad for me. Donuts, sugar, bread.
Why bread?
Bro, bread is...
I love bread.
I love bread too. Carbohydrates that just turn into sugar if you don't burn them.
Bro, if you ever have pan de cebado?
Pan caliente?
Pan de cebado.
Isn't that just bread?
Yo.
You lucky sitting on the other end of the thing. You know what I mean? Like, bruh.
You know what?
Different breads.
You know what bread is? Those Pillsbury like crescent rolls?
You get like a good Italian bread.
Yeah, like a nice cup of coffee.
Oh, stop it.
Oh man.
I can't do coffee.
Why not?
I don't drink coffee.
You don't drink coffee? You don't drink? Like, bro, what do you drink?
Yeah, man. I'm not. I am picky to a certain extent, but coffee never stuck with me.
Gives you the shits. Is that it? That's what you're telling me, Dempsey?
No.
You always run into the bathroom?
No. But I have heard that it does have that effect.
Yes, it does.
He means doo-doo.
They didn't get that when I said the shits.
No.
Well, excuse me if your ears are sensitive. Sorry.
Earmuffs. No. But no, I don't like coffee. But yeah. A lot of everything is killing people, right? It's like,
bruh.
Like, literally, every time I look at the news, there's like a new health warning. Like,
bruh.
This has like a higher rate of cancer.
Bruh.
If you consume it.
I mean, this topic is that can just go in any direction because we.
It really.
I mean, we could talk about.
So vague.
Right, it's so vague. Like,
Too vague.
Like we can talk about like there's people who just love smoking, whether it's cigarettes, whether it's weed, like they love it, and
Well, see, it's the nicotine in the
And
cigarette.
that's bad for you, yeah.
Yeah, but it gives you that high. It's
right.
It's the chemical that goes into your brain that makes the endorphins go nuts, and so it's like, woo, you know.
And so, I mean, some people love chocolate, and too much sugar will give you diabetes.
Yeah, cocaine, you know.
But it could,
what?
So is the problem not really what you love? Is it in more?
It's moderation.
The fact that you love it so much. Yeah. I think
well, yeah.
moderation.
Everything in moderation. Like, I love ice cream and I love donuts, but I don't eat ice cream and donuts every day.
Oh
know?
no, you don't?
No,
Well,
I would like to. But
fun
I don't.
fact.
Oh,
in high school, I used to every morning before, like, this was like freshman year, I would hop off the train, and right before the entrance into like the university, in high school, crazy, there would be this food cart, and every morning I would spend my $1, well, maybe $2 on my vanilla frosted donut and hot chocolate.
But I thought you would get a bacon, egg, and cheese when you got to school.
And
This is in addition. This is pre-breakfast.
Wow.
that was the breakfast, because you're on my way after eating my frozen Eggo at home, you know.
Second
Yo, how
3 breakfasts.
How has Zeke been so skinny all these years? Yo,
Why
shout
was it the
out
run?
to his metabolism.
I was always late, so I was running. When I got to the entrance of the university,
Wow.
run to the
And
prep.
that is all bad for him as well.
Yeah.
So if you think about it, I was eating, and then I would be running off the calories, and then I would always play, you know, sports and stuff with the guys after class, you know, all that stuff.
I thought you played Smash Brothers
Melee.
Excuse me.
Yes, I did. I did everything, Avid. All right, remember that, okay?
That's true. He also did plays.
Yeah, and I was, you know, Presidente of TCG, Vice President of Anime Club.
What's TCG for those who don't know?
Trading card games, right?
Thank you, Dempsey. Wow, see, killing the game, Dempsey.
He's smart.
Yeah.
Real smart.
But I'm trying to think. So back to what Sean was saying about like how food. I think that's what he's talking about. Food is good, and
He said examples of food, etc.
Yeah.
I'm not going into etc. Right?
Me neither. Can't afford it.
So, shout out to Scarlett. Love you.
So they don't want it to go in etc. because Dempsey's a married man and Zeke has been into a long time relationship.
Shout outs.
I'm waiting for the wedding to be invited to.
Don't worry, everyone's invited. Just hit me up.
That's not true.
It's not true. If you hit me up, I don't know you. I'm sorry.
But you can hit up A to Z _podcast.
Well, that's for
Ooh.
Instagram.
Right. A to Z.pod@gmail.com.
Yes.
Shameless plugs over here.
Sorry.
So.
Damn it! What? Sorry. What? I was
Go
talking
ahead.
about my food crisis. All right.
Oh, please, go ahead.
So it's like, it's what Sean is saying. Why is everything good for us, bad for us, and etc. Specifically with food, is like, that all the best food is like it's fried, and it's like, and the fried food is usually crunchy, and when you get that bite into something crunchy, it's like that.
Sound like your teeth broke.
So you never had anything good fried. Sorry. It's
Clearly.
like. And it's just that, ooh, and if it's like fried perfectly, the meat is still juicy as well. Say, ah.
Yo, bro, you hungry?
I mean, no, I'm not, but I could eat again right now. But it's just that, it's like that fat in the oil just add this extra, and if it's seasoned right too, yo, nah, it's over. It's just because it just tastes good. It just tastes so good.
Just because it look good and it tastes good
doesn't mean
that
it's good for you.
I mean,
because there be ladies out there.
Oh god.
And they look good.
I gotta use the
But it
bathroom.
doesn't mean that they're good for you. And I could just leave that there. I mean, we don't really need to go. I mean, into that. I feel like it's self-explanatory.
Message. No, but he's right though. But for some reason, I don't know. Maybe it's just. I don't know if it's because we were curious about the unknown or like, because there's things that does make us want to do the things that we know are just bad.
True.
I don't know. It's hard to explain. Like,
What do you
psychology.
what do you mean that like going back into like peer pressure, like the unknown is kind of like behind door number 1. You never know. You never know what's
Here's door number
2. Exactly.
Car.
Yeah.
But what's door number 1?
Right.
Yeah.
So you know what's behind door number 3, but door number 1 and door number 2 might be something better. But it's usually something worse. Oh, it's a car?
Yeah, but now we know. But now we don't know number 1.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, we gotta open number 1.
We got it.
But I like the door with the car. It sounds pretty dope.
But no, you can't take that. Or it could be a zonk. Shout out to people who knows what a zonk is.
Not I.
I have seen that show.
Wayne Brady,
Well,
black actors
that's
that
the
stick together.
That's the new version.
Is it?
Isn't he a host?
Yeah, he is. Shout out to Wayne Brady. Tag Wayne Brady. I love you, Wayne Brady. Wayne Brady, I miss you, man.
Whose line is it anyway?
Oh! Sorry, everybody. So, yeah, what did you say about the unknown Dempsey?
I don't know. Like, I don't know where I was going with it, but I think it's just like it's weird to kind of, but it's like the human condition to be attracted to things that you aren't really informed on, or you know the consequences of, and I think that's why a lot of the things that we end up becoming addicted to, even if it is food or women, Avid, or or trading card games.
What y'all got?
Fell into my trap.
You activated my trap.
It's going now. Go on.
Oh God.
It's so crazy to me. Like I don't even. Maybe if that's just a human flaw of just self-sabotage. You know.
Self-sabotage. Ooh, I was gonna just say with curiosity in general.
Because I think the whole question of why is everything that I love bad for me? It's kind of a flawed question in of itself. Maybe it's not everything that you love. Maybe it's just you not loving the right things. I don't know.
Ooh,
just
deep.
Not throwing any shade at our viewers or our listeners or the guy that asked the question.
Shout out to Sean.
Sean, thank you for listening.
Yes.
It's just something to think about.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's definitely something for all you guys and ourselves included. I'm definitely guilty of partaking in things that I have no business in partaking in, and eating things that I know that are not good for me, but I enjoy them for that split second, that moment of pleasure, and then it all fades. And what was it for?
Yeah, it's like
nothing.
Should I have that junior bacon cheeseburger double stack?
Ooh.
Or maybe I should get that kale
My man is speaking dirty.
with the balsamic vinegar and strawberries.
Yeah.
Oh, yum! The peanuts.
Nah.
So yeah, I mean it's all about self-control, and it's hard to police that because at some times you feel like maybe I should let myself indulge. Maybe I do deserve this.
Moderation, like we said before.
Yeah, so don't put too much pressure on yourself to be completely disciplined.
But at the same time, who's to say what moderation is? Isn't that just another rule imposed upon by society?
Yeah. God, stop that.
You know when it's too much for yourself.
When it's 3 a.m., you calling Krispy Kreme and you know they're closed. You gotta stop.
You got a problem.
But who's to say that that's necessarily a bad thing, or are we just thinking about what society may think about us if we choose to indulge?
Well, I think that's a health thing. If you're going Krispy Kreme
But
at
if
3
you're
a.m.,
hungry, if you're hungry, though,
then that's not food. That's not even going to fill you up.
what's open at
That's
3
an
a.m.?
unhealthy
Don't
snack.
say Wendy's.
The bodega.
Yeah, I was gonna say Papi. Papi's open with that chopped cheese, you know.
I feel like it's mostly Abdul's now.
The Habibi. Shout out to all our food providers.
Shout out to all the bodegas, yo. Nothing like a bacon, egg, and cheese or a chopped cheese.
Oh, goodness gracious. Oh, man, thank you, Sean, I would say, for all the topics of today, man.
Those are really great questions, even though I don't necessarily think we really hit the nail on the head with the second one. I think we did do a good job at analyzing what professionalism was.
Although we are not professionals.
At all. Or professional at all with this podcast.
I don't know. We nailed it, I think.
Well, that is all the time we have for today. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I'm Avid.
I'm Dempsey.
Zeke.
and you are now listening to A to Z.
Well, you were listening.
You were.